Hey, what's up guys? Kool-Aid here. Today we're going to be going over the patch notes for October 7th, 2015. After I go through the patch notes, I will have a small channel update. There has been some changes to Fletcher, and that's going to directly lead into my channel update because it's going to directly affect a series that I am doing. So if you're interested, if you enjoy the Fletcher series, you may want to stay tuned for that because it is going to affect that. Now, before we get started on the patch notes, the new Merc rotation, the new free rotation is out. It does contain Fletcher, Artie, and Phantom. So if you are curious about them Mercs, you don't yet own them, and you want to check them out, now is your chance. So getting to the patch notes, the biggest thing that everybody was looking forward to is the new loadout trade-in system, and it is in beta. The beta is in beta. I'll read to you what it says. It says the new loadout trading system will let you trade in 3 cards of the same rarity from bronze through cobalt for a random loadout card for the merc of your choice at the same rarity. At the moment, loadout cards cannot be traded in for cards of the same merc. A future update will contain this functionality. Apart from that, any of your own loadout cards can be traded in, putting those unwanted cards to good use. Now, they are going to cost credits as well. So if you trade in 3 bronze for a new bronze, it's going to cost you 1,400 credits. Silver is going to cost you 3,200, gold 7,200, and cobalt 24,000. And a lot of people are up in arms about this this trading system. It's pretty awful, I'm not gonna lie. Cobalts are not easy to attain, especially if you're somebody that's not gonna spend money on elite cases, not spend the ridiculous money that elite cases actually cost. Personally, I don't care that much because I don't really care about skins. You know, I have the bronze loadouts that I need. It's nice to have the cool skins or whatever, but I don't think it's that big a deal. Yes, it's a terrible system, but it doesn't affect gameplay, and that's what really matters to me. But yes, I mean, I can't really stick up for splash damage on this. Now, they have already had a stream today, and they've had so many complaints about this new system already that they've already stated that they're going to change this, I think, as soon as the next patch. So if you do have cards that you want to trade in or trade down, whatever, I would hold on to them. I would wait till the next patch. I mean, you've probably been holding on to them for quite some time already. So wait till the next patch, see if it gets changed, and then maybe that's when you'll get some better return value. But anyways, I don't want to spend too much more time on this. We got a lot of patch notes to cover, starting with some general stuff. Reduce the amount of view kick players get when receiving small amounts of damage by 10%. So another nerf to aim punch. Maybe if they just keep nerfing it every patch, they'll just eventually remove it from the game. Phoenix has had his amount of time it takes to switch from healing pulse to other items slightly reduced. Red Eye's smoke grenade cloud now requires more than 1 explosion to be dispersed, regardless of the damage of each explosion. Proxy has had her proximity mine cooldown reduced to 25 seconds from 30 seconds. Now, that's a nice little buff for Proxy for sure. However, I don't know if that's exactly what Proxy needed to get back onto the level of some of the other mercs. She's kind of fallen behind a little bit, but this is a decent start. A couple bug fixes. Phantom fixed the bug where refractive armor would not always be disabled if in use while placing a deployable, such as C4. Phoenix, the potent packs augment now correctly increases healing pulse by 20%. And that's a biggie. If you remembered back in my All About Phoenix video, I said that wasn't working. And that's a pretty good augment for Phoenix. So the fact that this is working now is a big plus. Going to make Phoenix a little bit better. They fixed the bug where IR goggles could sometimes not be selected with Q for Red Eye. And for Sparks, the Reviver battery will no longer drain faster than intended when using the Quick Charge augment. We have a few weapon changes as well. The Hollins A80, which in my opinion is the worst of the 3 shotguns, has had its rate of fire increased to 90 rounds per minute, up from 86. That's 4 rounds per minute better. It doesn't sound like a lot, but you might be able to notice that on a shotgun. We'll have to get in game and see. The Dryce AR has had its horizontal recoil reduced by 10%. The Dryce needed a buff since it got nerfed a few patches ago. It's just not been on par with the BR16 or even the Stark AR anymore. So any health the Dryce gets is good. I don't know if this is going to be enough. I don't know if this is the type of buff that it needed, but it did need something. The Blishlock submachine gun, another gun that people have been complaining about for a while. It's had its effective range increased to 19 meters, up from 18, and its reload time reduced to 1.8 seconds, down from 1.9 seconds. And both of those, to me, are pretty negligible. I think this gun needs to be changed in a different way, either by having it spread, reduced, some kind of combination of a slight increase to rate of fire, maybe just something that makes it a little bit more reliable, because that's its problem. I mean, it dishes out enough damage, but you have to actually hit your target, and you can't count on this gun to do that all the time, which is its biggest problem. So just a couple other things before we get to the Fletcher change and the channel update. The warm-up time has been increased back to 20 seconds as some players were unable to connect in time. They reduced the in-game review to 20 seconds, down from 15, and increased map voting time to 20 seconds, up from 15. So they've been playing around with that a little bit, trying to get the games going a little bit faster, but apparently they went a little bit overboard last patch, and they tweaked it since. So you're getting essentially 5 more seconds in between games than you were getting with since the last patch. So anyways, that brings us to Fletcher changes, and Fletcher has been nerfed and buffed. Apparently lock-on was working for Fletcher the whole time previously to today's patch. The time it took to detonate a sticky grenade was 0.366 seconds, and if you were using lock-on, it was 0.256 seconds. I never actually tested this because it just seemed like something really annoying to try and test, and I never noticed any difference when actually switching from a lock-on card to a non-lock-on card. Also, I read from multiple sources that it just didn't do anything, but it's besides the point now. Apparently it is fixed and working, but what they did do is change that detonation time from the 0.366 seconds to 0.5 seconds without using lock-on. And how big of a difference is that? Well, I don't know yet. I have yet to get in game. I don't, however, think it's going to really drastically change how I play Fletcher. I think he's still going to be all right. A lot of people, myself included, were worried what they were going to do. Now, is this going to make lock-on a must? I don't know. I don't know yet again. What I do know is that I'm probably going to have to make another loadout video, or like maybe a version 2.1 for my Fletcher guide, because of these changes, especially if lock-on is a must now. But I don't think it's going to be. I really don't. I think quick draw may still be the way to go. Again, I'm just going to have to wait and see. Now, they did also buff Fletcher. They made it so sticky bombs can no longer be detonated by enemy fire for 0.2 seconds after being thrown. And that's a pretty significant change. That means no longer can stickies be shot as soon as you throw them, blowing yourself up. But that's going to come in handy quite often, because that does happen quite a bit. So overall, I don't think we're coming off too bad today as Fletcher players. I think it's going to be all right. Now, is this where it stops? I don't know. Only time will tell. But I saved this for last basically because I am a big Fletcher player, but also I'm doing the Fletcher series, and I wanted to get the third part of that out this week, but since I didn't know what they were going to do, I kind of just put that on pause, and I'll hopefully have that up next week. And then that's pretty much the only channel update I had. That's the reason why I saved Fletcher for last. I do plan on getting an All About Rhino up for you either tomorrow or Friday. Just depending on how much time I actually have. But anyways, that's all I have, guys. Hope you enjoy the new patch. Hopefully you're not too upset about the new trade-in system. But until next time, as always, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to y'all later.